Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji and from Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranams Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji and Prabhuji. Pranams.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Pranams
Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So let us start with the session. Bhagavadham. Today we are going to read 33 and 34. 33 doesn't have purport, so that's why we'll club 33 and 34 sloka. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Vadareshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhavatya Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiti Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanaya Shalakaya Shakshurunmilitam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Tada Swapadandikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanushute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpadarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidhi Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prachari Nirvishesha Shunyavade Pachatay Deshadari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So reading from Bhagavatam, 5th canto, the creative impetus, chapter number 14. We are going to recite the sloka 33 and 34. I think 50% take up 33 sloka and another 50% of the devotees, I request you to take up 34 sloka. Sorry.
33 was completed.
33 yesterday we finished, Mataji.
Oh, sorry. I didn't post it now. That's okay. For 34 and 35. Sorry, I made my mistake. I be able to drag it. Thank you. Sorry. It was 34, correct. I have to change. So in continuation of the 33 sloka, it is similar only, but it has more explanations actually. Let us go into the sloka. Subhara Prabhuji, please recite this sloka.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Tandas Pranam.
Pranams Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Kvachitchitavatadyaneka daivika bhautikatmiyanam Dukkanam pratinivarane kalpo duranta vishaya vishanna aste. Hare Krishna Mata.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Narasimha Prabhuji. Venkata Narasimha Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Pranams.
Kvachit Chetavadadi Aneka Daivika Bhavtikatmiyanam Dukkanam Pratipanivarane Akalpo Duranta Vishaya Vishanna Aste. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Chitra Mohini Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Om
Krishna.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. क्वचिशीतवाताद्यन्नेकदैविकभूतिका आत्मीयानां दुःखानां प्रतिनिवारणे अकल्पो दुरन्तविषय विषण्ण आस्ते. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, Vijay Kumari Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranam
Krishna.
Mataji.
Pranams.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Kvachitchitavadadi Aneka Daivika Bhavtikatmiyanam Dukkanam Pratinivarane kalpato duranta vishaya vishanna aste. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Madhumai Krishnakanta Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Kvachit Shita Vatadi Aneka Daivika Bhautika Atmiyanam Dukkhanam Pratinivarane Akalpo Duranta Vishaya Vishannaha Aste. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Usha Dayavati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranams
Hare Krishna.
Mataji. Om
Pranams,
Namo
Mataji.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Kvachit Sitavadi Adi Aneka Daivika Bhautika Atmiyanam Dukkhanam Parinivarane Akalpa Duranta Vishaya Vishanna Aste. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes. Srinivasa Dayamaya Das. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna. Pranams.
Namaste Vasudevaya. Kvachit Sita Vatadi Aneka Daivika Bhautikatmiyanam Dukkhanam Pratinivarane Kalpo Duranta Vishaya Vishanna Aste. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Kvachit chitta vathadye aneka daivika bhautikatmiyanam dukkhanam pratini varine akalpo duranta vishaya vishanna asti. Synonyms. Kvachit, sometimes. Sita vata adi, such extreme cold or wind. Aneka, many. Daivika, offered by the demigods or powers beyond our control. Bhautika, offered by other living entities. Atmiyanam, offered by the conditioned material body and mind. Dukkhanam, the many miseries. Pratini varine, in counteracting. Akalpa, being unable. Duranta, insurmountable. Vishaya, from connection with sense gratification. Vishanna, morose. Aste, he reminds. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. The conditioned soul suffers many miserable bodily conditions, such as being affected by severe cold and strong winds. He also suffers due to the activities of other living beings and due to natural disturbances. When he is unable to counteract them and he has to remain in a miserable condition, he naturally becomes very morose because he wants to enjoy material facilities. Very nicely given in this sloka, wherein it is a very practical way where we all undergoing on the daily basis. Yes. Pushpa Yashomati Mataji, Hare Krishna. You can recite this sloka. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vetsinmito Vyavaharan Yatkindittanam Vayadi Vittasatyena. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Madhumati Vilashini Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat pranams Mataji.
Pranams Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Kvachitannmitho vyavaharana yatkichita dhanam upayati vittashatayena. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Prafulla Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranam Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Kvachin mitha vyavaharan yat kinchit dhanam upayati itta satyena. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Revati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranams Mataji. Om
Pranams
Namo
Mataji.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Kvachinmado Vyavarahana Yatika Jvardanamupayati Vitashatayena. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mataji. Anjali Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Kvachit mithaha vyavaharan yat kinchita dhanam upayati vityashathena. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Kvachin mitho vyavaharan yat kinchit dhanam Upayati vita satyena. Synonyms: kvachit, sometimes or somewhere. Mithaha, vyavaharan, transacting with each other. Yet, whatever. Kinchit, the little bit. Dhanam, material benefit or wealth. Upayati, he obtains. Vita satyena, by means of cheating someone of his wealth. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Sometimes conditioned souls exchange money, but in due course of time, enmity arises because of cheating. Although there may be a tiny profit, the conditioned souls cease to be friends and become enemies. Purport. As stated in Srimad Bhagavadam 5.5.8, that is the fifth chapter, 8th sloka. Pumsasriya mituni bhavam etam prayor mito hridaya granthim ahuha ato graha kshetra sutapta vithair janashya mohayam aham mameti. The monkey-like conditioned soul first begins to be attached to sex, and when intercourse actually takes place, he becomes more attached. He then requires some material comforts: apartment, house, food, friends, wealth, and so on. In order to acquire these things, he has to cheat others. And this creates enmity even among the most intimate friends. Sometimes this enmity is created between the conditioned soul and the father or spiritual master. Unless one is firmly fixed in the regulative principles, one may perform mischievous acts, even one is a member of the Krishna conscious movement. We therefore advise our disciples to strictly follow the regulative principles. Otherwise, the most important movement for the upliftment of humanity will be hampered due to dissension among its members. Those who are serious about pushing forward this Krishna conscious movement should remember this and strictly follow the regulative principles so that their minds will not be disturbed. So from this verse, we can make it out how weak our mind is. So much that is easily getting inclined towards the materialistic aspects. So here in the 34th sloka, the conditioned soul suffers many miserable conditions. This is related to the threefold miseries like Adhyatmik, Adi Bhautika, and Adi Devik. So even the mind and the body. The mind, if the mind is very convicted, it has a very strong desire for its own upliftment, that is the Atma, towards the spiritual path, then only that is by following the footprints of the Acharya or the Parampara, that soul will be able to elevate. Otherwise, so every moment there will be an opportunity to fall, that is to fall down, because Maya is always giving the test actually. So here we also see that is one is related to the body and the soul, another one is related to the environment, that is Adi Devi. So whatever action we perform on this nature, that also reverts back to us. So next thing is how we are having an interaction with in our society, relatives, friends, whomever it may be. So the mind setup of the person with whom we are having an association, so it has more impact. So that is, we are fallen with the 6 kind of that is the defects, like not only defects, it's not a defect, that is we can tell the lower characteristics like kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, makshara. So when a person is envious, and sometimes it will reflect in the bodily that is feature, when somebody is not able to digest other person's progress, some people will have the hidden thing internally also. That is, the level of enviousness will vary from person to person. But some people will not be able to tolerate. They will actually demonstrate actually when somebody is expressing itself, so that the opposite person will come to know that this person doesn't like the way whatever I have told here, what I am doing. He or she would have felt that she is very close or he is very close, and then he wants to share whatever success he has been getting through whatever actions, whatever work he is doing, whatever the activities involved. But the opposite side person, there is no guarantee that he has to accept our views and he has to acknowledge our views. He has to appreciate our things, whatever way we have done. Some people for a lip, that is from the ear, not from the inner, from the outer only they will just give the, that is what is that, shake hand or whatever appreciation or what you tell as a like a good thoughts for them they will keep. So this is how the conditioned life it is, because the person to person it varies, the behavior varies, and then obviously it reflects during the conversation or communication. So, and this is related to the Adi Baudik and Adi Devi, whatever we perform the action on the Mother Earth, and then that actually results in our seasonal changes. That has more impact. During Satyuga and Treta Yuga and all, the seasonal things, there was not impact. Whereas the impact in the Kali Yuga has become the regular. There is no, for example, during summer season. So in general, summer season will come in April, May and June. Whereas in Karnataka, if you take May end only, it will start raining. June, July, it will be pouring like anything actually. So May also sometimes it will start raining here. So that has become a regular expectation in Karnataka. So especially in Mangalore Delta, it's the same. So in June, July, they won't conduct the classes actually. They will give the vacation. So they will start. That's how the climatic condition. And even in North, if you take like Delhi, Vrindavan and all, they are more that is cold areas in North, extreme cold you will be able to see in the North during this December season and all. Whereas if you take the central India, where there are no seasonal rains or something kind of thing, more heat only we will be able to see, like warm or warmer or warmest. So you can't see much cold in the Mumbai area at all. Whereas in the internal parts of Maharashtra also we can see some extremes. But this is all due to this has become the expected behavior. Whereas as per the seasonal condition, that during the rainy season, it has to pour. During the summer season, it has to be hot. And during the, winter season, it has to be cold. That is the expected behavior. So even in abroad and all, if you take up the Western countries, there will be like that is strong winds and then a severe cold, wherein they have to, by normal way of life only will be affected. So the living entity will be searching for the warmer in the house. Always the warmer will be there. So the heater will be there. So that's how the lifestyle it is. So this is purely because of whatever the action performed by the living entity. Because we are digging so much the earth, correct now, to extract oils, and then those are all. It has to be in the certain position only. When it is created, but we doing the economic development, we want to enjoy everything on the one button press. So that's how we are taking that is the wealth of the Mother Earth, and then we are utilizing and creating the atmosphere that is a pollution, and then it has an impact, and then we are getting reversed here actually. So these type of miserable conditions, it has impact to our body also. Extreme cold, extreme hot. So internal organs also has to adjust, right now. Due to severe cold, we may get into high fevers, chills, all those things. This happens. So these are all the extreme things. These are all miserable conditions. In general, in our, that is in this material world, every moment we always suffer one thing. So that's what in this translation, in more depth, if we go across, we will be able to see the conditioned soul. The prefix given here is for the conditioned soul, not for the liberated soul. Liberated soul also will feel, but they know this is the expected behavior. Whereas conditioned soul will not try to understand, because he wants a sophisticated way of life, wherein the severe cold or severe hot. So during summer season in Tamil Nadu, Andhra and all, you cannot stay. So in Vellore, it will record the highest temperature in Tamil Nadu. So like that, there will be the winds will be very, very hot. If you go out and come, you will have, that is, you'll be becoming dehydrated a lot. So like that, so the extreme cases, it will happen actually. So extreme conditions wherein the conditioned soul will become morose. So he will not accept that. He wants to be in the enjoyable, that is material facility. So such being affected by severe cold and strong winds. He also suffers due to the activities of other living beings. Like, for example, if you are having a good relationship with the neighbor, and we will feel very happy. If the neighbor is becoming morose with us, we also feel why he has become like that, what I did to him. So we always will start thinking. That is the only thing will be going on in our mind as long as we find the solution for that. So are we doing that? That happened. What I did, anything I did a mistake. This is how we will be thinking. Or in Rajogun, I didn't do anything. Why is became like that? So based on the gunas also we will think. In Tamas Gun, we will not understand why that guy, we will never think also why that guy is behaving with me like that. So when he is unable to counteract them, that is when he is not able to face the situations, actually, he has to remain in a miserable condition. He will continue to stay. He doesn't have he is not having he is fearful. So he is fearful and he is not able to face the situation. So in that way, if a living entity is facing, obviously he will remain in that condition only. But he naturally becomes morose. Internally, he will develop, he will not accept that condition. He will have unhappiness in that condition. He want to mitigate that, but certain times he will not able to act, means he will become more morose actually, and then he wants to enjoy the material facilities. So next sloka. In the translation, sometimes conditioned soul, that is kvachit, sometimes or somewhere, mitha vyaharan, transacting with each other. That is how we are having interaction with each other. Yet whatever, kinchit, little bit, dhanam, material benefit or wealth, upayati, he obtains with satyena, by means of cheating someone of his wealth. I think we will be able to see, apart from banks, we can see small financial organizations, correct now? In day-to-day life, if you're running a business, we'll get frequently calls, or you need of any financial support, without any collateral, they will start. But when you show little interest, maybe we are in little need of money, wherein our feeling will go towards taking the strong thing, like, why can't we utilize by taking this? So when we call that person, he will start with, this is the percentage of interest. And as we have already set our mind to take the loan, so we will go ahead actually. And we will not understand what internal implications. In general also, if you go for a housing loan in a bank, there will be a bunch, that is one booklet kind of thing, we will be signing. We never walk through that, what are the conditions they are put in that. Just in the hurry-burry only. Even if we are given time also, we will not put our effort walking through those points. Wherein many of the points in that 80 to 90% will be favoring the bank, wherein the bank is giving at a risk of his own money. From the investors, they have put the investors in the bank, they put the money, and that money should be safeguarded, correct now? But at least the banks will have that optimum way of closures. Even if you repay the thing, they will give back our property. Whereas the private organization who give the money, and then people who are taking money, they will be putting a collateral, the entire property also, entire company thing, assets also they will put. At one point of time, if business doesn't go, the person, that is the organization which has given the money to run the business on our needs, so they will come back and take back everything. So this is how actually at that time the person who has taken money will become more, that is he will become more morose actually, that time very morose, so that he has got cheated. He will feel that actually, and will become against to that organization or the person who has come and spoken regarding. Have we heard of these kind of things actually? Anyone, can you come forward and acknowledge or your views or something kind of thing? This is how the cheating happens. And basically I am from Tamil Nadu and I belong to the Vellore district. I know in my own hometown, earlier, my hometown was very famous for 4 exports. One is for the lungi export, world level, they will export actually. And jaggery also they will export. And matchboxes they used to, that is supply across India. So the production of matchboxes will be more. So now it's full of, my hometown is full of what? Only the business community. It used to be like that. Now, whenever I go to my hometown to see my parents, that time I'm able to see every road there is a finance company only. And the financiers are actually becoming more wealthier, whereas the person who has kept their, that is property against the money they have lost. Even the value of the money they have taken would have been very, very less. For example, if the property value is around 20 lakhs or 30 lakhs, they would have taken hardly some 50,000 odd lakh. And they wouldn't have been in a position to return back that money. And these people will go and do the settle down to the off rate, and then maybe some 4 or 5 lakhs they will give and then close it. Then project in such a manner, this is how it happens. That because the interest rate will be in the, that is in more higher values. This we have seen actually. Here this puppet, now I was able to quote when yesterday night when I was walking through this translation, so I felt immediately I correlated my own hometown, how actually they're running. The people who are giving money, they are becoming more wealthier there, and whereas the person who is taking money is losing everything and he has become the pauper. So this is how this truth, it has been told by Shukadev Goswami to Parishit Maharaj, that is 5,000 years ago. So, then now we are actually practically seeing in this Kali Yuga, correct na? So being we are Alpa, Ishu and Manda Buddhi, all those things we are having, which are the characteristics of this Kali Yuga. And this verse perfectly fits here actually. Sometimes conditions show, and this also happens in our normal relationship also. Sometimes we may go to our friends or our relatives to lend a minimal money. So when we go, they may give us in a very, very humble way also. But while returning, if we are not showing the same humbleness, they also feel bad, and they may have some emergency. If they come and ask, we will feel, we may not be in a position to return back. That time, why he is coming? He doesn't have faith on me. So we'll become enemy. This is how happens in the relationship also. This also we would have experienced. Sometimes conditioned souls exchange money. So one policy at least we should keep. If we are going to give, we should give the time for the person to return back. Even if he is not going to return back, we need to accept it. If we have such a mentality only, we should give the money for them. Correct na? Otherwise, we are going to spoil the relationship. So after all, we may be staying for some few years actually, some 30-40 years max in relations actually. So one we don't know when we are going to die, when we are going to leave this world. So spoiling the relationship, having the hatredness or some sorrow kind of mentality against the people living this world is not the right choice. So we should have the cordial relationship. At least we try to. So being the cordial relationship with others. Soul exchange, that is conditioned souls. Here, every time we can see condition is the prefix. It is meant only for the condition, not for the liberated soul. So due to, in course of time, enmity arises. Because when there is ask for returning, or when we return with a partial return, only you gave this much only, and you are asking this much. Right now, that type of misunderstanding also will happen. Because of cheating, we are having 4 defects. Correct now? Cheating propensity is the priority one in this world now. Although there may be a tiny profit, so we may give for a small interest also. That may be our that may be our family, that is bread and butter. Some people, they won't go for job, but they may have they will give for interest, and that interest only they will use to run the family. That also happens. The conditioned souls cease to be friends and become enemies. So we'll full stop. When you go and ask, there is an argument, and then finally we'll stop relation, we'll stop speaking to that person, and that person also will become morose, and then he will also not speak. This is how we are developing the enemies. So that is Lakshmi being chanchal, correct na? So as stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Pumsa Striya Mituni bhavam etam tayor mito hridaya granthim ahuha ato graha kshetra sutapta vitare janashya mohayam aham mamiti. So it is the mind. Mind is like monkey, who is that is monkey's intention. That is in the previous slokas also we have learned. So monkey being in the tamasic mode. So it's only for the sense gratification. So it will continue to develop its own thing in under the sense gratification. So apartment, like a person will not be self-contained with what they are having. So once they start earning more economic development, more properties you purchase, more accumulate wealth. But accordingly, our lifestyle also will change, and our expectations also will change, and our comfort zone also will change. So when we are in the comfort zone, so when everything is going in as expected way, one fine day we will become, that is boredom only here actually. So only the Krishna consciousness will give us more enthusiasm, the rejoicement, whereas when we are accumulating and enjoying one way of life, at one point of time we'll become irritated actually. So again we'll search for the alternative, and then we'll strive for that. Okay, this way will give a more happier thing than this. This has become bore now. So when we watch, that is now we don't watch movies after coming to Krishna consciousness. Earlier, very old movies also we would have watched. So that time we may watch that movie for once. And second time for the other people they are forcing. But third time we will never go for that to watch the movie. We'll get bored. The next scene and dialogue also we will start telling. That would have happened, correct na? Whereas when we enter into the spiritual path, obviously we'll strive to learn more. We'll strive to acquire more knowledge on this path, and we will get into that mode very strongly. So which will elevate one's soul to liberate from this material bonding, this condition. Whereas when we are going to accumulate your economic development in a material way, if you are going, one fine day we will lose interest and we'll start disinterest in everything, and finally we'll search for which is a permanent, what is that, enjoyment, where we'll get. That's how, when we take a right path, we will enter into the spiritual. If we are not taking the right path, we'll again fall down. That's how it will happen. So in order to acquire these things, what are the ways? Obviously, it will have cheating others. And this creates enmity even among the most intimate friends also will do. Sometimes this enmity is created between the conditioned soul and the father. Right now? When son or daughter doesn't understand the parents, that is father, so that time the expectation of that son or daughter is not met, means obviously they will never think why father has told this, what behavior of us has made the father to speak about this. That introspect, that thing they will never do. They will think, when I asked daddy, that if father didn't give. There was one, I think there was one story, I don't know where I heard, wherein one father, being a rich father, being a good son only, he gave a gift, Bhagavad Gita, to his son on his birthday, wherein the son has asked one Ferrari car. That means he is capable of giving that Ferrari car. Whereas the son, I think I heard from one of the devotee, I don't know where, from Prema Mathaji, or I really don't know, very long time back. So maybe partially only I will be able to recite this story, wherein that son never opened that Bhagavad Gita, and he left home, and at least after leaving home one fine day, father, that is, he came to know that father has left, and mother only was there at home, and then he kept that Bhagavad Gita book there only, and he didn't took. And then after his father left, he came back home, and then he went and checked in I'm not narrating in the way it was expressed by the devotee, but because I'm very poor in narrating the stories. So when he opened that book, he saw the book along with the key of the car, that is which he has booked for his son. That means father has gifted both, wherein if son would have opened and seen that book, he would have seen Bhagavad Gita. What actually he wants to make the son to read Bhagavad Gita also. That's the intention he gave Bhagavad Gita and the he also, but he didn't open the book and he kept aside and he left the house. But when he came back, when he saw that, he was so feeling that is bad. That is, he could have opened the book. That's how the misunderstanding happens. This is how actually the intention of father is always, all parents will be checking good thing for kids, whereas out of misunderstanding and the urgency in asking the things and understanding what father, what mother is telling, the kids nowadays, we can see these things in present world also. Correct now, the understanding, because they want everything to be on the plate. They don't want how actually they got the food on the plate. That explanation, they don't like what path the father has taken to reach to that level. The kids never want to listen also. That's how, because we have brought up the kids in such a manner, in a very wealthy way. We would have passed through a lot of hurdles when we have been brought up, because we are not from the wealthy family. So, but these things and all acceptance by because of the conditioned soul thing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So, conditioned soul, the father or spiritual, unless one is firmly fixed. So, to become from the condition to the liberated, or to enter into the spiritual path, one must firmly be fixed in the regulative principle. That's why our ISKCON organization, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So one must be firmly fixed. Once, Hare Krishna, I humbly request to take care of your background noise. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So one must be firmly fixed in accepting the 4 regulations. So I don't know whether you all are aware. Once I think when we having a discussion with NND Prabhuji, that time he was also mentioning that is source of donations. Many are having here in Karnataka. If you take the liquor shops for street, there will be having 2-3 liquor shops here. Actually, that's what we can see here. The source of income is very, very important. If it is a source of income from such type of things, even the donations will not be accepted. Actually. This is how actually. I think in class also, I think NND Prabhuji would have told about this, but the source of income, following the 4 regulations is very, very strict. That's how our Acharya has made very strong. And even the disciples of our Acharya also is been still continuing the same process. That's why our organization is able to reach.
Excuse me, madam. Please tell the 4 regulations.
Yeah, 4 regulations. You have no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, and no illicit relationship. Correct now?
No, madam. Prabhu told to collect the money from the shops like that.
Okay. No problem. That means the source of income is very, very important. If you are getting a funds from a liquor shop business, that actually the donation will not be accepted by our organization. It will not be done. So because it is the source of intoxication. Correct now? So liquor shop is the source of intoxication. So we have to strictly follow that. So one should not go into that type of business. The source of business is very, very important, which business we are doing. And one more thing, in a very common way also, this liquor is spoiling so many families. Income is gone. And then that person, end of the day, he may be a laborer also. He will be working hard the whole day, and the evening he will drink, that is, he will take this liquor, and then we will go empty hand to the home. That's how the family life goes in the lower budget families. So these are all the regulations are very, very important. That's a strong, and otherwise the most important movement of the upliftment of human will be hampered. Yes, there is a more impact. They may get very that is lower level into survival also in this that is in this world will be very, very tough for them. Those who are serious about pushing forward this. So this is a strong word coming for every devotee or non-devotee, whoever it may be. So one should be pushing forward is this Krishna conscious movement. Should remember that this and strictly follow the regulative. So when there is some deviation, some due to fall down also, we should come back actually. That's very, very important. So that we should have a strong conviction which will not get disturbed. So for that only, we have to be in the devotee association. Always take prasad and then that is do Shuddha Nama. Shuddha Nama we will not get, at least attentive Nama we need to do, so that it will one fine day we will be able to get into the Shuddha Nama mode. Yeah, Nama Aparadha, Nama Bhasha. I think we may be in the Nama Bhasha phase now. At least we know what is Nama Aparadha. We will not do Nama Aparadha, but Nama Bhasha is slowly, that is transformation to Shuddha Nama. So we need to follow the regulations as prescribed by our Acharya. So with this, I would like to conclude today's class here. So any reflections, or like how Mataji used to ask, if you want to share your views or your realization, please come forward and then help us to have understanding even more, share your experience. I humbly request the devotees. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Am I audible to everyone?
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Very
Krishna,
nice.
Mataji.
Hare
Nice
Krishna,
talk.
Mataji.
Very nice lecture.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Any insights, or you want to share your experience, feel free forward to come.
Mataji, now as you say, these children get spoiled. Okay,
Yes.
we have all brought them up in the wrong way by giving them more than what they need, because we feel that they should come up properly, and we suddenly think, yes, they should also understand how the hard our life and how hard we have worked. How do we
Yes.
change them? That is a very big problem. They're so used to being pampered, and now it is
Yes.
difficult for us to really make them realize that the whole thing. So what are the suggestions? Like, I mean, this gentleman, you said, left the Bhagavad Gita with the car key. That man, boy, they didn't even open this. Have these things, similar things happen. So how do we bring about the change? Do we become merciless on them, or stop giving them things, or something, so that they suddenly get the realization? How do we bring about the change?
Change. You should be
In the mind.
compassion. You should not be merciless. You should be compassion. But you need to practice first whatever we are going to preach to our kids. That's how a preacher is, like our great Acharya has told. So a preacher should follow what he preaches first. Correct now? Like that, whatever we are going to follow, if we are going to follow the 4 regulations, so we should practice that first. So we should become a role model for the kids. And one more thing, once they have grown up, it is really tough. It is really tough to bring them to the normal mode. But at least future, our grandkids, at least we can plan. So right from childhood, we can start giving whatever the austerities we are following, we should involve them, engage them, making them engagement only we will be able to make them into this right track. And you should make them understand everything is worthwhile here, and then whatever we are doing, this everything is Krishna's property, and we should utilize it in optimum way, and we should not waste everything. Whatever way we are able to understand, and we are already accumulated little knowledge, correct na? After entering into the Krishna consciousness, we are able to understand. So at least try to practice and then explain very patiently. We need to have patience to give the clarification, because they may ask some silly question also. We should not become angry. So we should have patience. We should cultivate that, and by practicing this, 100% they will also come to. That's only by this way only we are, and give prasad, and then have taking them to temple. So have that practice. So then obviously Krishna will take care, our Guru Parambara will take care. This is how we can take care, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Okay.
Hare. Thank you, Mataji.
Mataji, one more question, Mataji. One more
Yes.
question. If
Yes.
if we are in above 75, our
Okay.
son is like 50.
Yes.
If we know they are going in the wrong path. When we advise, they told, I am 50 years old. You need not advise me. I know, but limitation like this. But there is no limitation and all those things. They never think about it. What can we do?
You do prayers for them, Mataji. Pray
Daily
to.
doing,
Yes,
madam.
it will happen. It will happen. You need to be
Thank you,
more
thank you.
patient. It will happen. Give prasad and then pray for them. Obviously, one fine day they will 100% they will change. They will get a realization. They will have the path. God will certainly give the path. It will come.
Mataji, dear, really we are very feared because their children follow with their father. What happened?
You
What
you
happened?
make you are there to take care of the grandkids.
But
Take them.
nobody accept our words. What can we do?
No, that's what slowly
That's only I told. Now you are above 50. Your children are grown up. If they are follow you, what happened? That is my big worry, madam.
You pray, Mataji, because you being a devotee, the devotee's that is a goal or what is that primary duty is we have to uplift first of all our family. So for that you need to put some actions. You be the role model, then you make them to follow. That is, one day we will not
Madam,
make a change.
I am a
It will
role
take.
model. I am
Yeah,
role
you
model.
need to.
But
100% there will
nobody
be a trans.
listen it. I am not doing any harm to anybody else. Help ever, hurt never. Like that only I am here. Everybody appreciate me, but they are not
One
not
fine day they
follow.
will come to know. They will come to know. They know that you are good. They know that whatever you are doing is a good thing. But acceptance will take time, Mataji,
We
because of ignorance.
sacrifice everything for them only, but they are not realize it.
It will come. We have to be more patient, have faith, strong faith, and perform your austerities 100%. One fine day there will be obviously change. That's Krishna conscious, Mataji. You will get it.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yes,
Yeah,
Mataji.
regarding pampering, because today is the discussion was
Yes.
the parent children just coming
Yes.
up. I just wanted
Yes.
to share one incident.
Sure, Mataji.
And one 22 years young Indian boy has thrown a new BMW car in Yamuna River, which was given to him by his parents as a birthday gift because he wanted a Jaguar car.
Okay. See, BMW is lower for him. Correct, na? See the standard set up by the kid. Correct, na? So that's how the kids' mentalities. I think I heard one story like morning when I was listening. So dog's name is Paddy and Daddy. So one fine day, this dog died, it seems. Mother told in the morning, Paddy died. Okay. The son ate breakfast and he left. And in the evening, when he came, and then he started crying. So mother asked, why are you crying now? Like that. Mother told, so that son told, you didn't tell me that Paddy died. Morning I told you Paddy died. I heard it was Daddy. See the preference. So they are more worried about the dog than father who has brought him to this level. So that's how the attachment is like for the waste things only nowadays, because we have given a sophisticated way of life to the kids. We need to, like how we have been brought up by our parents. Our parents never sat and gave advice or something kind of. Their way of life only we saw, and we also actually came up in that way only. But now the kids are not following the parents. Even some parents are more pious also. This type of issues come actually. They know it's very, very tough parenting now. It's very, very challenging. So one way is we should get into the Krishna conscious mode and we should practice at least internally. They have that is a moral hit inside. They will start thinking one fine day by the grace of the Supreme Lord and the Guru Parambara. This will certainly happen, and we have to be more patient and submit our prayers for their upliftment. Let them come into the Krishna conscious. That is the only prayer we can do for them. Hare Krishna. So with this, I will conclude today's class. Thank you very much for joining this session. Vanchakalpadarupyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram.